lovely beings, we're here again. Forever awesome in the house.
Forever awesome in the house once again.
Janneke Hellbreker.
And Hydro Hellbreaker.
Yes. And Hellbreker is my surname, translated from Dutch into English. And so we're like, I'm from the Netherlands and he is from America.
Yes, the States, United States.
Yes. And we're very happy we found each other. And we also, and we even got married. And we want to share what we learned about relationships for others as well, to learn about that. Because we've been through all sorts of things in relationships, both of us. And we want to share the knowledge that we know, like your face, are you having like remembering things that you had,
No.
like craziness?
In the past, yeah.
We've been through quite some crazy.
I was making a face, wasn't I?
Things. Yeah, you were making a face. You were like thinking about like, we went through we both went through so much, and we both were mostly like the single friends of our friends. Like they were all like together, and we were like the single ones.
That's there. At the time as a single friend, also.
Yeah, we were single friends, and we were like. I was always a lot of people saying like, why was my girlfriend not so fun like you? And like, yeah, and that doesn't help me in the moment. Or like saying like, oh yeah, you're like nice. And I was like, I'm always like the person they like to party with, but not have a relationship with. I had that, like my belief was that like people want to have fun with me and have like party with me, but they don't want to have a relationship with me. And I also struggled with beliefs like, am I worthy to have a relationship, like with self-love and stuff. So I was like, I want to let people know that you are worthy just for being who you are. In Holland is hij op elk potje past een dekseltje. On every pot is a lid. A lid can fit. So just know that there's someone out there that fits exactly for you. And it's like really crazy. We're like,
I like that. That's pretty good.
Because we feel like we have so much things in common, and also the things that we don't have in common, we learn from it.
Yes.
So it's like fits so perfectly. It's like really crazy. And then he says always, yeah, I'm made for you, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely made for each other because like, I'll explain like a lot of things. Well, I'll make it simple actually. Just in general, in a relationship, a lot of things I wouldn't say or do, or just act, or just how I operate. I do as if like basically how you would behave on your own by yourself, and how you wouldn't behave in front of another person. Could be relationship or whatever. And that's you not being yourself, but like if you can just be you authentically around your partner. That's definitely a sure sign that like that is a match right there. You know what I mean? And it goes deeper than that. That's just a quick example of like when you know you know.
That's why I want to say when you know, and that's like we felt like very quickly, very much like ourselves in the beginning of the relationship. And like a lot of people have like in the beginning that love bombing and love like so much, and then it's gone. But it stays. It grows.
Yes, I feel like it's gone because like it's like, how do I say this? It's like any relationship you deal with that's fairly new. You haven't really dealt with that person before, so I don't know if it's like
you're more careful and you're presenting a better story of yourself sometimes, huh? And then later on we find out who the person really is.
I mean, you have like boundaries of it, and you put up a shield. Nobody, I don't want to say facade, but nobody really knows who you are, and you're kind of like guarding who you are at first when you're dealing with somebody, because I think it's just because you don't. It depends on the person, but a lot of times people don't want to get hurt, so they keep that guard up for a little while, and it can be for various reasons. But you're not authentically yourself at the beginning for the most part. When it's not going to be the match for you, but when it is automatic, it just comes out authentically. You are yourself. When that match
beginning, we're fully ourselves.
Yeah, just when it happens, you know.
We knew it. Like we both knew it like very quickly. So it was like really interesting how it works. And of course, I still had some like fears in the beginning. I like fears of like losing you and like, oh, now it's so good, and then maybe it goes wrong. So like, and but that is normal. But that is also like, don't let yourself limit in any way. Like, go for it. Really go for it. Like, don't be afraid to really open your heart and know that like you're like you can have like that longing inside of you that you say like I want a partner, I want to be open. It's like it's not a need, but it's like you knowing that you feel better when you're like uh do life together. You're meant for that. That's why you have that yearning, that longing, have that, and you can really like you always like people say like you can't say that, or you can't like look for it and all sorts of things. But we also have like you want that, but on the other side you also want to just be yourself.
Yes.
And you have fun in life, and then you attract that comes.
That's the key you just said right there. Just be you, having fun in life, working on yourself. You're gonna attract what you're looking for. It's like basically it's somebody that kind of mirrors you in a bit in certain like qualities. Like you might find that's like-minded, they might be the same things. We might be on a similar path and mission.
Yeah, well, for us it was like crazy. We were already doing food, like different, like on a fasting and detox mission and growth in like a consciousness. We were already on the same path. So, and then when you all come together, then you can grow together and support each other on the path. And that's why I also want to say, like, don't think you have to be fully healed before you can find a relationship, because no one is fully healed. Like, what is fully healed?
You know, and I think while you're existing in this avatar, you will never be fully healed. You can heal as much as you think you can to a point, but and that's true. A lot of people won't go or like try to attract anything because they're not fully healed. They don't want to bring their mess to the table. You know what I mean? But sometimes you can only go as far as you can with the healing, and then you might as well just go for it. If it does happen, just let it happen. And whatever you have to work on, and whatever that other partner has to work on, you both work with that and work through that together. That's what you do. Nobody's ever fully healed. Don't think, oh, I have to fully heal, because everybody is broken to a point because the way we came into this realm.
It's like,
you know what I mean? The way we came in here.
Figuring this reality out by ourselves, and every time there's new layers to heal, and there's new layers to hold space for. Like in a relationship, like we can at least have hold space for each other, and that is really beautiful. To be there for each other.
But if you can't hold space, that means that's a sure sign that probably not a match either. If like somebody doesn't want to deal with you or hold space or try to help you at all. If you try to like bring up a situation that needs to be corrected, and it aggravates the next person because you're trying to correct something, and then it comes to a point where like they get aggravated to where you don't use the throat chakra, you can't speak out, and that makes everything better, then that's definitely where you don't want to be.
And that's also really important, to know what you want and what you need, and to voice that as well. Because a lot of people think that the other person is psychic. So you need to know what you want and what you need, and need to voice that as well. And also like be aware of the things that you had in previous relationship that didn't go right, and the fears in previous relationship, that you don't put them into your new relationship and on the next person. Because this is a new person, this is a different person, and you are different. Because like that's why a lot of times in a relationship you feel suddenly so good about yourself. It's about you find new layers of yourself, but it's also really important to don't put certain things on there. Like think that the person will be the same and will do the same things, because then you bring your own like shit into the next relationship. So if you've been to certain relationships, really good to look back at those relationships, look back and what went wrong, look at what you can heal, so you become, because all relationships are a mirror. Like you can learn a lot from it. And every time you heal and you become a better version of yourself almost, you attract also a better version. And also be very mindful, like, is this a new version that helps you for your growth and your future? Or is this someone that you would attract in a previous version of yourself?
Or is it an enabler? You know what I mean? You want somebody that can work with you and you both like it grow and expand together, you know.
Because sometimes in the beginning it looks like amazing, and then there's nothing so much there anymore. So that's because people like have like differently in the beginning, and we were like fully ourselves in the beginning, but we also did a lot of work to be ourselves in the past. I also had like people saying like, oh, just like it looks nice and it has smiles. It was already enough. Well, I have so many more layers that people I maybe didn't show, but I also people are not interested in those layers. So you want to also have someone who sees all layers of you, all the things that made up you, so you can be fully yourself and like speak about everything.
Yeah, and they accept it also. Everybody has flaws. You just try to work together with each other and work through it and make improvements. You know what I mean? And another part that I forgot to mention is like about when you know you know. A lot of times when through my experience getting into a relationship, you know that it's not the one. But you, I don't know, I guess because you used to have a partner or get with somebody, you do it anyways. And then like you know it's not gonna work, but then you try, but then you like sometimes you give up, sometimes you don't want to break it off. Sometimes it just, I don't know, it just sometimes I feel like it just doesn't, you know it's not going to. And I don't know if that means you shouldn't try for the experience, or should you just not get into it in the first place because you already know what you should and should not be doing and know that that person's not the one to be with.
That's why I also want to advise, look for someone for the long run.
And that was
Not
back
for
in the
just
day.
have fun in the
Yeah.
moment. Look for someone in the long run. Like with who is this person, and get to know this person very well.
Yes.
And is this person you want to marry? Is this person you want to have children with? Is this person you want to grow old with? Or just like if it's fun in the moment, you really feel that. Like sometimes I felt like, yeah, this is not this is not so, but then you were so infatuated by that person, you still want to try that to make it work. So I had a lot of times in relationship, I made it work, and I was working on myself, and they not. And at one point it was like, this is not going anywhere. It's like you need to be also both working on yourself, both be open about everything, and also both be responsible for whatever happens in your relationship. And then you need that. Like you have to have that growth together.
Yes.
And not like when someone else is stagnant and you're growing, it's like, and then you're like dragging a dead horse.
You are. I want to mention also about that growth
Yeah.
and working on yourself that you mentioned. And like I said back in the day, like that was how I did. You know, you just like I would just get into it and then break it off afterwards because I knew it wasn't. But that was before working on myself. After working on myself, believe it or not, don't think that you need to be with somebody at all. It will happen when it's supposed to. When you're looking for something, it's never. I don't feel like it's truly right. But when you start working on yourself and you're thinking about manifesting another person, then it becomes more right. And it could take a long time. Like it took me almost like 7 years. I mean, I just said, you know what? I'm not dating. I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna work on myself and get stronger, get healthier, get better, physically, mentally, and spiritually, all the way through and through. And then I forgot about relationships. I'm like, I didn't even need this. And sometimes you need a partner.
Then
to
I
make,
come along.
you know what I mean?
No.
So what happens, and what happened is like basically you came along, yeah. So I worked on myself. It's almost going on 7 years. And I'm you know, I just got sick of like the same thing repetitive. Just over and over and over. Same thing. After a while, all relationships, if you get into them like that, it's all the same thing. Nothing's different. Okay, this one for a month, this one for 2 weeks, this one for 3 weeks, this one for a couple of days. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't got time for the games. I'm like, I feel also it's not morally correct. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But all I know is I want to work on myself and get to where I need to be. And then when I did that, I magnetized. I attracted you. Like we just came together, and I didn't know. I wasn't looking. She wasn't looking, and I wasn't looking. At the time, we were just like in this community, just doing our own thing. Like she was doing some gardening, some other stuff. I was doing gardening. I was doing other stuff, and we just were, you know, working together a lot. And like there was, I guess, no, I know there was always something there. I didn't know
Once we started talking, we kept on going. And
Yeah.
So, and then there was like one time it was like there was like someone had a birthday and they say like like we didn't want to talk with each other.
It was a silent
Like,
birthday party.
yeah.
So basically, silent birthday parties where everybody just like celebrates without speaking. It was strange, but it was interesting at the same time. It was very cool.
Yeah,
I
and
liked
that
it.
day we did a hug and the hug was so long. And then we like after the hug, like a friend of mine even said like, oh girl, I even felt that one. And I was like, oh, something's there. And you feel it's like the electricity or like there's like this more there. Like the talking was there and then like the bodies was like the energy was there as well. And so it's gradually grew. And but it's also like I want to share also about once like you know when you wake up in the mornings and you're so happy to see that person every
Yes.
day. You're so happy to see that person, and that is so beautiful because like I didn't always have that. I just like the what like the amount of love that I received, the amount of support that I received, the amount of appreciation that I received. Like you don't even have like a lot of times also people in the beginning they play games and stuff. No, like if they like you and if they want to be with you, they will let you know. You don't have to wonder like, oh, what shall I message and how much shall I message or this? Like, no, people will let
Just
you
be
know.
you. Just be you.
And if they don't really let it know, then it's not the right person.
Exactly. You'll know.
Yes. So you deserve someone who lets you let you know how much I like you and appreciate you and support you, like from the beginning. And that is also like a confirmation, like for yourself, that the person really likes you. And it's like I come from a place, like I think in Holland, people don't say too much like about certain things. Oh, I really like you, or you're beautiful, or like nice to be with you, and I like you as a person. Like that is not said.
It's sort of like that where I'm from. It usually takes like a drunken club or a bar scene for people to get like liquid courage enough to come up and speak to each other.
I had it in the past, yeah. I had like in the past, I was like so shy. I couldn't even talk with guys before I had to had some drinks.
Yeah, you know, that's
Yeah, that was in the past when you go out and you drink something and then something happens and then you're like, oh, how did that? But just like it's like really like that's why it's also so beautiful. We like this was nothing like it was like very natural and
natural indeed.
yes, and that's what we also let people know, like there's someone out there for you. There is somewhere out, and we didn't even like that long ago, like 3.5 years ago, we were both already in our 40s. So it doesn't matter when it comes.
It'll come when the time is right, it'll happen. And here's the thing that I mentioned before. Sometimes you may have to travel because the one for you might not even be in the same country that you're in. Like you might come across a lot in your country. You might find a person there. You might, you know what I'm saying? But if you just travel around, it'll find you when the time is right. It'll find you when the time's right. So
Yeah.
just keep on your mission, keep on your journey of life, and having a good time and having fun and doing what's right for you. And you get yourself taken care of, you work on yourself good enough. If you desire something one day to be partnered with you, you'll attract them.
Yeah, and I also much longer earlier, I was like manifesting it by writing what I wanted.
Writing it down.
And I'm writing it down. And I had a whole ritual with friends of mine, like writing down what you're looking for. And the one who was the most specific found someone the quickest. But it's like really like I found also like in previous relationships, I also did that one time with the writing down, and I saw it, and I was like, yeah, it's exactly what I wrote down, but I forgot some things. So really be like, that's why also all other relationships make you learn what you exactly want and exactly want to have in your life, and know that also. But also open up to the universe what it can even bring even better what you think it is. And so that's why it's really interesting. Like if you know what you want, but also like write it down, speak about it, feel that as if that person is already next to you, make place for the person, and like in the meantime, like just know that he's coming. No, he or she, whatever. Know that they're coming and live from that place instead of like, oh, I'm alone and I'm like, what's happening? No, live from a place that you know that they're coming, and you just live your life. And who knows when they come? Who knows when meet? And you can meet anyway, anybody, on any moment. So just be open to that. Be really open to the sights.
Yes. Have a lot of self-love, and you'll attract what you want. Self-love and your confidence, just be you. And it'll work out pretty well. It may or may not. If it's your path, it will. It may not be for you. It may not be your path to do this, to attract something. And it might be your path just to like jump from one partner to one partner. You might be that soul that does this. Or spirit.
Yeah, because there's also people like,
Depends on who you are.
They're like, but it's every relationship is an invitation of like growing in love and having a different mirror. And you learn every time after a relationship, you really learn from that and learn about yourself, especially. One time I was like really devastated after a breakup, but then I was like, why did I like myself so much during it? And it was because like I saw myself through their eyes. So I could see myself through different eyes and give myself more self-love. And that really changed a lot. So even though the relationship ended and I was devastated, it really gave me so much more love and confidence for myself.
And that's important. That self-love is important because like you can tell when you're lacking it, because that's people that are chasing other people. When you stop chasing, you just don't care, but you don't mind if something does come along as long as it properly fits you properly. It'll work out. And you don't worry about those things. You do other things in life. You're taking care of business and doing things, and you're being happy, you're having a good time, you're helping others, helping yourself. And then it'll just appear for you. It'll manifest for you.
Mm-hmm.
So self-love is a real thing. Some people say they have self-love, but be careful, make sure it's authentic and it's not like something that you're trying to convince yourself that is existing. Because a lot of people out there convinced, oh, I got self-love for myself, but they really don't like themselves or care about themselves so much. And some people are like, I got self-love, and they may seem like overconfident and
but it's also like
they might just seem a bit overconfident. And
yeah.
you might think that they're just like egotistical and they're not. And that's just, but they might just be, showing that self-love that they have for themselves. And it might be up to you to like, if you're looking at that, if you want something to be confident like that, you can try to work in yourself.
And this is also a good one to bridge that. To a lot of people have like a certain like habits and patterns of like being the empath and the narcissist in relationships. So a lot of times they get like love bombed in the beginning and you think this is an amazing person, but then it's like that narrative that they have, like the empath and the narcissist, but it's also there to learn from that and to transcend that. But it's like you are like empathic, you understand it from their point of view, you are like trying to help them, but they're like, they think there's something wrong with you only, and they don't see their own faults, or didn't see their own.
Yeah, when they push, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And relationship, people push and blame on the opposite person. They don't know.
Only, yeah, but it's like because they don't see, have like blindness for their own things. So they only put it on others. And when it's really a narcissist, then it doesn't change.
No.
So that's why you need to know when that is and when it's not. And like, because you don't want to have that pattern in your relationship. So learn about that, research about that and how it came about and where it comes from. If you had that pattern in previous relationships, and learn from that, so you don't have that again in the next relationship, but so you understand that pattern, so you see it already earlier.
And it doesn't repeat.
Yeah.
And if you're working on it and you're trying not to repeat it, but it does some kind of repeat some kind of way, maybe it's just back to teach you another lesson of something that you missed before and try working on that and getting through it.
Because life is constant lessons and learning and growing, but it's always there for you to learn and grow in love and self-love and love for each other, and can only grow. And then once you're in the relationship where you like it gets deeper. The love gets deeper. You get to know each other more. Like we are together for quite a while, but I didn't hear all the stories that you had yet.
Well, they come out bit by bit, you know.
Like you keep
They're interesting. A lot of them are funny though.
yeah. You keep learning from each other, and you keep learning each other. You get to know each other more and more in a deeper level, and it's a really beautiful process. So I really like the really like committed relationship to each other, like the divine union, that love and adoration for each other, and then like knowing how beautiful this is and how beautiful this gift is of love, and how it's not like random. I'm like so grateful that the universe sent you to me.
Same here. I'm very grateful that we exist together like this.
Yeah, and
I'm very grateful.
Yes, we're like, and that's why we want to like, we're so happy with each other. We want to share that with other people and also help other people to find that as well. So that's why we want to share this and give you some tips before, during, after, whatever. And we'll be sharing more about it as well. And just so we will always like the things that we learn, we share that.
We do.
Yes.
We share a lot of good knowledge, a lot of our experiences, a lot of relatable things that we've gone through that you may have gone through. So it really helps to tell our story. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, and we wish that love for you as well, because we're so happy with it. We want everybody to. I was like want for everybody to find that as well, and help people to find that. But at least you got quite some pointers and tips doing this speaking for us.
Yeah, did we miss anything? I felt like I'm missing something that I wanted to share with everybody that I.
Oh, well, we said about before what to do, the manifesting, just being yourself, the learning from previous relationships, also like after relationship, what you can learn from it, and then during the relationship, you keep growing in love and how people should be, and also like.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Yeah.
just reminded me, like, try to take if it works, if it doesn't work, every experience is a learning experience. And don't look at it as something so negative that like it just makes you upset, puts you in a place that you don't want to be. Just remember everything happens the way it's supposed to. And like it's important that you take it as a learning experience. You learn from it and you apply the knowledge to help you to help benefit you and help others. Actually, might even help you in the next relationship if you want it.
And also keep your heart open for the next relationship. Not because you got hurt, you don't want it anymore. And because I had friends that like never want to have a relationship anymore because I was so hurt. But there are really good men out there. I want to let people know there are good women and good men out there that have the best intention for you, that want to love you, and also let yourself be loved.
And you can be looking in the wrong location also. You could be looking in the wrong place. Some of y'all going to bars, some of y'all going to clubs. I mean, you maybe 1 in a million might find something out there, but I don't see it happening. Or at least anything that's good for you, because well, it's possible. Who am I to say what location you can find people in?
No, but this is because we're like sharing about conscious love. And conscious love is like in different places
Yeah, that's
that
what I
you can
want.
find. Like with the yoga, with the ecstatic dance, with going to retreats, or like where you find like-minded people festivals.
trying to heal themselves.
Like, yeah,
What we're trying to do.
festivals, retreats, ceremonies, that kind of things. Like it's like out there as well. And there's also a platform, like a dating platform for conscious people, the 5ddating.com. I will put the link underneath as well. A friend of mine.
5D dating, huh?
5ddating.com for conscious people. So then you know that people are already aware. Then you have like a certain like base, because like we have like that consciousness. Like we have like the knowing that there's more to this reality. And then you don't have to, like, you can't talk about everything. So, but with other relationships, there were some things I couldn't talk about because they were not conscious yet. They were not conscious about certain things that we know. So we have also lots of depth, and then you want someone who has also a lot of depth. So if you're looking for like conscious love, and then you can go to certain places. but then also like that dating side is also a good one. And because I just like whatever it is, wherever you can, but also know that you have like the crazy stories out there for people finding each other in different places. So know that it's like out there, and don't put it too much in your head how to find it, but no, like you having that, making that decision that you're open to it and sharing that to people, like, hey, I'm open to it, that opens those channels as well. That because that is like your belief. Because if you say I'm not ready for it, like a lot of times it's like still people can still find it because it's like subconsciously you're ready for it, but you think you're not.
Another example of somebody not being ready for it, saying they're not ready for it, is like, well, I got to do more healing. I've healed enough. I just broke up with something. And yeah, sometimes you do need a long period of healing time, and you'll know. But like a lot of people, even if they get that time, they still say like, oh, I'm not ready, or because healing, need healing. And like I said before, the healing, you'll continue to heal as long as you exist. And I mean, it's not going to come till like you're healed completely and it's over. So just get to where you think you need to go, and just like let yourself just let things happen for you, and don't try to block it because you're stopping it by saying you need healing and this and that.
Mhm. Just know like the universe has a plan for you, and trust in that, and and grow in love and in self-love and happiness for yourself, and then you are like you radiate that out, and then you attract that as well.
Yeah, you reflect it right out there, and then your match will come. It'll mirror it right back to you, and you'll know when it's right because you'll sort of mirror each other. And yeah, there's some triggering that happens, but you work through that also.
That is how you can hold space for each other, because like there's still some old things that can come up or not, but then you can hold space for each other and be there for each other. And we've also made videos about that, about the triggering, and about like the karmic what is it, like the karmic generational karma that's happening and stuff. We also made videos about that. So if you want to go deeper into that, then you can find those videos.
I'll say this real quick though, with the triggering, that's another short sign that you know. You might say some things where you don't want to say things, that you regret. But triggering relationship will do two things. It'll show you that that person or you are meant to be in a relationship, because you can say things or things will happen or whatever the case may be, and like somehow you'll pull it back together. After you get into a triggering and it explodes and you just separate ways, that wasn't the right person, because you're not there to work it out. You could try to work it out. Somebody, maybe one person at least, try to work it out, but it just doesn't work at all. But if you get one where like you get triggered and things get rough, but then you both pull it together, that kind of gives you an idea of being finding a match, being with the right one.
Because that triggering sometimes gives you a possibility to heal even deeper and to be even more open to each other. So like, how do we make sure that it doesn't happen again, or where does it come from? So you see it as an opportunity to heal and to deepen the love. Exactly. And then you come back to love, and you come back to love, and that is really
with the right person. That's when that happens. That's when all that's taking place, when you get the right one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yay! Well done. Well done.
Good job.
I think
because it's true.
We covered a lot of different layers and different things. So I hope you learned something from it, and you put in the comments what you like. What is like one thing in like what you heard from us that would really like help you on your way, on your journey, and that really gave you some insights or some good stuff. And thank you for listening, and we wishing you so much love.
Oh yeah, before we head out, we also have a shop, a merchandise shop. We have some books.
So we're here to share a lot of videos, but we also have lots of other things that we share, because we also do coaching for health and wellness, not only relationship, but also health and wellness. And we also have like different books that we share like together and separately. And I'm also on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel, Miss Healthbreaker, and I share a lot of things there. And we're on different platforms as well, where you can follow us. We have all the links underneath as well. And next to books and things, we also have merchandise. and like know that like we share a lot of different things.
Yes.
Yes.
So please like, comment, subscribe, share with everybody.
Yes. And just by following us and subscribing on different platforms, you help us already immensely by sharing our like our truth and our inspiration and our perspectives, and so it can help even more people.
I'll give thanks to everybody out there.
Yes.
So love, light, peace, power, and happiness to everybody out there. Stay forever awesome.
Yes. Much love.
Much love to everybody. See you in the next video. Thank you.